Hey, Joe Cummings, Missoula River Lodge. The last time I left you, we were making a decision about risk. Well, I took some risk, and so did Caleb. I ended up not getting it done. We made a decision based on weather, and it did not go well. We had a forecast of heavy clouds and rain. Where I wanted to be, my number one choice was 40 to 60 mile an hour winds, out. My second choice was a little even more risky, but we got sun, and then we got clouds and sun and clouds. It funked up the shots that we had. I don't think it was going to happen yesterday. Or not yesterday, a few days ago. So we hustled. We went back to just normal fishing where we fished for regular trout. We landed 5 18-inch rainbows and 7 dinks. Had some others on. Not my finest day of guiding by any stretch. Didn't have an encounter with a big fish. Caleb, on the other hand, produced whopper brownie. That was a slow motion footage at the beginning, and then at the end of this, I wanted to put together kind of Caleb's hits that he's had the last 3 weeks. He's put a lot of big fish down. You know, the saying in the business is there's guys that put their hands on them, and there's guys that don't. Putting your hands on them means you fish around that fish. It's not a random occurrence. If you're a guide that can handle some risk, meaning you spend an hour or two a day going after big fish, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. So you have to take a certain part of your day and focus on larger trout. And that means that they can break off, that they can be missed, that they can not be around. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but as you spend more time around that, your odds go up. And you can never get there if you don't fish for them. You can't catch big fish if you don't fish for them. If you stay on the easy small trout, either by program or location, you're not going to get them. Sometimes you're going to be king of the world, the guides, with an extremely happy client, and sometimes, you know, you're the guy that didn't produce a lot. Those 2 hours could have been 18-inch rainbows, but instead they're stalking and hunting, knowing the zones, knowing how they eat, where they eat, and then dealing with all the drama of that. The other side of it is better anglers catch bigger fish. That's the reality of it. And there's an opportunity on any of our trips to take your guide's knowledge base and use it to get better. As you get better as an angler, we get to do cooler stuff with you. We get to take you to the cooler places. We get to show you bigger fish. And that's the teamwork of being a guide. That guide's a resource for you to learn about casting, learn about hook setting, learn about rod position. And many anglers that we've had for a number of years started out on smaller, easier fish. And then their skills improved, their ability to take risk, them too, because you're giving up those opportunities for those small, easy fish, right? And go after big fish. And you'll see in the photos at the end of it that you know, Caleb kind of put on a show last month with big fish. Being around browns, knowing how they eat, knowing where they eat. That's an exciting part of guiding. It's not every day because that's not everybody's trip. You know, they want to bend the rod and have more opportunities. But certainly on a multi-day when you can play it safe, and then one of those days you can go roll the dice. And when you roll the dice, whew, you can get some big ones in this area. I am on the Missouri next, so I haven't been over there in a while. Caleb and Nate and I are going over, and we're going to try to shoot some little dry flies, and we're going to try to stick some browns, and hopefully I'm the guy that takes risk and wins. Hopefully Caleb's the guy that takes risk and wins. Hopefully Nate's the guy that takes risk and wins. Wasn't a very good 2 hours of fishing for big fish on, I guess that was Saturday. It didn't happen for us. So we bailed out, caught some nice fish, and nice rainbows, and had some shooting and all those things. I want to kill the weatherman. When you forecast clouds, it needs to be clouds and rainy. not bright sun, that makes me angry and frustrated. So I have talked to the weatherman. He is going to follow my instruction throughout the end of the season. We're fishing until November, and I will see you after the Missouri trip. Have a good week. Joe Cummings, Classic Journey Outfitters.